no makeup on for like this. I'm like, when I'm like this, y'all, this is ebony. You know what I mean? What y'all was getting before, that was like Evelyn.
Walked in with my bros. It's a lot of honeys in the spot. This Diamond RJ. That's a lot of
nothing on that beat.
Walked in with my bros. It's a lot of honeys in the spot. This Diamond RJ. That's a lot of money.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. For this video, I will be doing the story time on when my job was robbed. So if you guys are watching, please like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay, so this had to be when I was 19. Yeah, because I think I stopped working there after that. Yeah, so I was 19 years old when I was working at this job called IHOP. Now everybody knows about the International House of Pancakes. I believe I was only working there for 6 months when this happened. We had hired this new guy named, I'm gonna call him Dwayne. And Dwayne had only been working with us for about a month. I want to say a month. Yes, a month. And you guys will find out why Dwayne is an important part of the story once I get into all that good stuff. So it was a Friday night, and I remember because it was really packed that night. And on Friday nights, I used to come in at 10 o'clock, and this happened around 11:40ish, I want to say. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but waitresses, they keep their money that they made for the night, and then they also keep basically IHOP's money on them until the end of the shift. Now, I'm not sure if every waitress job, I'm not sure if that's how they all do it, but this is how IHOP did it. IHOP was not one of those jobs who gave you 15% of, you know, the check and all that good stuff. No, it was very much ghetto. So, you know, we basically had to finesse everything. It was weird because the way the robbery happened, it wasn't like an average, you know, typical robbery where, you know, they come in through the front and then they, you know, put up their guns and they tell everybody, you know, get down, you know, and they do all that extra shit, and then they probably, you know, tell all the workers or employees to do much. It was a very much an inside job, like the way it happened, because the robber came in from the back door. Now, Dwayne was the last person to dump out the trash and leave the back door open. And we knew that he left the back door open because on the camera you actually see Dwayne taking the trash out, putting something in the door to leave the door open so that the robber has access to get into the. Now, I wish I had the clip because we actually all did see the video. And it was very unprofessional. The robber was tripping over shit. Like, he almost fell and bust his ass. Like, how you come in and try to steal some money and you almost fall and bust your ass? He was just, you know, all over the place. Like, he didn't really take anything. He took what did he take? He took a cracked phone from one of the cooks. He took about everything that the busboy had. And IHOP wasn't the type of place that tips their busboys and does all that. So that was his earned cash that he had in his pocket from his paycheck. And then, you know, he couldn't get into the office. That's where he tried to go, because one thing about IHOP, that was another thing that was very ghetto about IHOP, is that they kept all their money in a safe. Now, I'm not sure if every IHOP does that, but I know that they kept their money in a safe in the office where the managers worked. That was another reason why we knew that it was inside job, because only employees that worked there would actually know that, you know, we kept our money in there. Like, nobody else would fucking know that shit, like only us. So it was just like very, you know, like we already knew. We was just trying to figure out who it was. Point blank period. One of the cooks that I was really, really cool with, his name was, I'm gonna call him his real name, so I'm gonna call him Brandon. Brandon was really, really, really cool. And I just, that night, I remembered him, like, you know, like signaling me, telling me, like, you know, giving me, like, you know, and typically we do signal each other because when I'm a waitress, he's a cook. So we basically have to be on the same accord when it comes to things if we want to get the food out fast and efficiently and everything like that. So he's just weird acting, though. Like, it was very weird. And one of our little, like, we had another little bus lady. Now, mind you, the robber, he's already in there. Brandon is like, Brandon is behind this, he's behind the kitchen, and he's cooking or whatever, but he's basically still trying to act normal in a way, while the busboy and another cook are in the little closet where we would keep all of our belongings. They're in there, and the robber actually has them in there. Now, mind you, our manager for the night spotted the robber when the robber walked in the door with the gun and ran into the ran into the manager's office, locked it, and screamed like a girl, okay? And that's all he did. He stayed in there, locked it, that he didn't come out, he didn't do shit else, okay? He was just in there, okay? So he didn't get any big shit because of the fact that the manager ran in there and, you know, left everything in there. Well, you know, locked himself in there. It was just principles. So the bus lady, she pushes herself into the door, and all we hear is she just screams and then drops like this big old thing of dishes, and like where everybody, you know, looks to see what's going on. And when we go into the kitchen, we actually see him take off darting out the back door. So it was like he had left. Once he seen, you know, that she dropped everything, I guess he realized, you know, I'm not getting anything, it's packed, people are here, you know, it's too much commotion, I need to go. Plus, again, he was very unprofessional. Later, after he left, we're all, you know, shaken up a little bit. The police are now there, and they're taking police reports from the busboy and the two cooks that were in the back. And weird, because Dwayne, he was ready to go. Like, I don't know, like he was never one of those dudes that would, you know, want to go home early, or, you know, he wanted to stay and make his money, that because he didn't really make much, so he wanted to stay there and make his money. And it was just weird because Dwayne really wanted to go home, you know what I mean? He felt like, I guess then once they looked back on the footage and they realized Dwayne was the one that left the door open, Dwayne was really ready to leave. Dwayne at this point was looking really nervous, looking really suspicious, and you know what I mean? It was just like, bitch, I know you did it. Like, yeah. So after that, Dwayne never came back, as anybody would, you know, suspect. Dwayne never came back to work, and it just eventually got out that we knew he did it. And yeah, I think it was 3 months after that, and then I actually left myself. But yeah, that was pretty much it. No one really got hurt. No one, you know, except for him when he almost bust his ass, except for the robber. Now, when he almost bust his ass, he was the only one that got hurt in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys have any ideas or any more videos that you want me to put out there, be sure to comment them down below, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Then with my bros, it's a lot of honeys in the spot.